Mo, it's been a busy weekend in the sporting world. I would say there's a bit of a conversation around whether defence wins championships at this stage. So we'll start with the defence for Liverpool, and particularly the last line defence in Alisson, Becker, who you've given an 8 out of 10 and I've given a 9 out of 10. We've been having a little bit of a chat off air to sort of take the viewers behind the curtain there for a second, just about Alisson's recent form and the way that's been judged, which I've been particularly interested in, to be honest, because I do think people have maybe gone a little bit overboard in saying that they think Alisson's dropped off. I think it's it's natural, and the way we judge outfield players, if they're coming back from injury, there's always going to be a bit of a slower start. They're going to go through natural dips in form and things like that over the course of a season. But Alisson is constantly setting the bar so high for Liverpool. His excellence is forever and hopefully forevermore for Liverpool, that I think we look at sort of some of the more simple chances that maybe teams have been scoring, and rather than go, well, how did X player get into this area, we're looking at Alisson going, well, actually, you normally save that.
Well, yeah, and it's funny, isn't it? Because even Slots mentioned the fact that early on in the season when we were getting lots of clean sheets, we did need him to bail us out a few times when teams did get in. Like, I think of the game in which he got injured, Crystal Palace away. He was remarkable in that game, just doing things that normal goalkeepers can't do. And perhaps the argument is that we haven't seen him do things that normal goalkeepers can't do since he's come back. He hasn't bailed us out, but you're right to say that the reason we would need him to bail us out is because others have let an opponent get into that position in the first place. It's not all on the keeper. But I do think that people have been maybe searching for an extra reason, because I do think in the back of everyone's minds there's two other things at play with Alisson. Number one, we all know that Kelleher's leaving after the fact that he's had a fantastic season. Yeah. And two, everyone knows that we spent 30 million on a goalkeeper back in the summer. Yeah. So it's like people at the club are already thinking about the post-Alisson era, and then you see him not becoming Superman, and suddenly you think, oh, well, maybe there's this and maybe there's that, and you put 2 and 2 together and get 53. What we've seen from the last 2 away games is that when we needed Alisson, he was right there, exactly where we needed him. And to be honest with you, this is the time of the season where it matters the most to have him, where you know that sometimes you aren't going to be at your best, sometimes you're going to have 10, 15 minutes where you're under the cosh like we were at the start of the second half. Yet, you need to have those elite guys ready who've been through it. And I've had the pleasure of being able to speak to him on a couple of occasions so far this season. He is so laser focused on getting to exactly where Liverpool want to be this season, and I'm so glad we still got him.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's sort of funny when you meet the man, because obviously it's the physical stature which stands out, and that's the thing that scares strikers when he's so quick off his line and all those things. But he's so sort of calm and composed as well, and that's where I think it will sort of come in clutch for Liverpool. Like, we're looking at the lads who can get us over the line here. We're looking at the lads who've been there and done that and got the experience of doing this. And Alisson Becker is one of them, and that's where, like you say, I was saying on the Friday night going into this game at the weekend that we're going to have to suffer for large periods, and sometimes suffering for large periods is like you just can't stop the barrage of attacks, but your goalkeeper is the one sort of keeping everything out, and that again comes back to the bar that Alisson has set in recent years. He's proven that he can do that. Napoli needed a goal to knock Liverpool out of the Champions League, which we all think is Alisson's best ever save. I'm pretty sure everyone agrees on, and he was the man for the moment there. And I think you saw that again at the weekend, which is why I've gone as high as a 9. Really, is that I think that was a match-winning performance for Liverpool on Saturday.
It was, because there were so many points where if Bournemouth get their goal, then the whole complexion changes. They start to feel a little bit better about themselves. Now, one of the best things about Bournemouth this season is that they have been relentless. Whatever they put in front of them, they try to run through it, and I love watching them play other people. But I do think if they'd have got a goal, then that gives them that even more extra impetus. And yeah, just the Semenyo chance where it's almost as if it's gone before he's even realised it's a chance. That's Alisson at his best. He just basically snatches away something which should look like a presentable opportunity before he even has to go to the point of making the save. And I just think that if there's anyone out there, other teams, opposition strikers, who start to think, well, maybe I can have a go at Alisson. Maybe I haven't got to be the perfect shot to get past him. Well, sorry guys, you do.